it goes down 1 or 2. So maybe someone subscribed a little while ago and came back to me and thought, oh, you know, I've had enough of this guy, and unsubscribed. I'll never forget this as long as I live. He opened the back doors and there was these girls in this car, and you'd probably get arrested for it nowadays. Hello everyone, I'm going to talk about something a little bit different today. What I'm going to do is talk about my channel's progress, a bit of a monthly update, something I'm going to try. If you guys think it's interesting, I'll keep doing it, and any feedback obviously will be greatly appreciated. My channel has been going nearly 2 years now, and I've done the odd update here and there, but I thought actually I do a lot of videos each month and I get a lot of interactions, and there's actually there's quite a bit going on which I think some of you might find interesting. So what I'm going to do is I've got a few sort of segments and sections I'm going to go through. There's like comment of the month and tool of the month. I'll go through the my channel stats and its growth, and you know, we'll see how the channel's doing and where I'm hoping the sort of direction it's going in and how we're getting on there. So the first thing that I'm going to say is something that I've never said on any of the, I think, 219 videos that I've done now in the nearly 2 years I've been uploading to YouTube. I've never ever said, please like or please subscribe. I think the reason is that I want the videos to sort of stay pure in terms of them being a video about what I'm doing rather than a video that's quite obviously on YouTube. What I will say is it's very, very helpful. Obviously, if you like the content and you want to subscribe, that's absolutely brilliant. But where the YouTube algorithm works and why perhaps some channels grow quicker than others is the interactions it gets from its viewers. Hence why you'll be asked by a lot of YouTube content providers to hit the like button and leave a comment. If you guys do find any of my videos interesting or even helpful, if you just tickle that little thumbs up like button, it does help the channel. And obviously any comments that you guys want to leave, as you see at this point, I do read and reply to every single comment, and usually I then reply to my comment, if that makes sense. So yeah, I am going to ask in these monthly update videos that if you do like my content and find it interesting, please hit that like button. It'll be a real help to the channel. First off, what I wanted to do is like a thanks of the month, and there's quite a few people that have been very, very charitable and helpful and given me a lot of support on my channel, and I will talk about those people in length you know, in future videos. But I just wanted to give a shout out to Andy at the Gosforth Handyman. He mentioned me in one of his videos, his kitchen fitting videos, and it was really decent. And I have got to know quite a few other YouTubers, you know, in my field. And believe it or not, it can be quite a sort of lonely place when you start doing YouTube videos, because you don't really know what you're doing. You're just sort of making videos and hoping that people are going to like them. And he's got a really established channel. He's been going a long time, got a lot of subscribers, and I just thought it was really decent. I sort of felt the love from Andy and his Gosforth Handyman channel. So thank you very much, Andy. Obviously I can't imagine that if you're watching my videos you don't watch his, but if you don't, you know, he's a lovely guy and he makes very good videos, and he really sort of knows what he's doing in terms of that. And you know, he's got some great stuff on his channel that I'm sure lots of people could glean all kinds of tips and knowledge from. So yep, thanks very much, Andy. So let's get straight on to channel progress. I'm reading off a slight list here. Last month in October, which is a 31-day month, I had 187.8 thousand views. Now that might sound like not much compared to, you know, some YouTubers get millions of views per video, but for me that's pretty big. I haven't been going that long, and I've only got at this point I've got 19,200 subscribers. So 187.8 thousand views is pretty good, and it's actually 39,000 views up on the month of September now. I think mainly because I pumped out a load of short videos, and you'll probably notice if you watch long format videos on YouTube that a lot of us guys are starting to push out short videos. There's a lot happening with the short videos. I think it's YouTube's answer to sort of TikTok and the Instagram, and I've read some stats that now I think YouTube Shorts are being more watched than TikTok. So YouTube is sort of trying to catch up and get in on the action there. So you'll find that a lot of your sort of long format content creators on YouTube are going to start knocking out shorts. I'm not sure whether they're for me particularly. I've done a few and they have been received okay, I guess. But then there is other YouTubers I know, and UK YouTubers. There's a bricklaying channel, and he did just laying some bricks to a line, and he got 160 million views on one of his shorts, which is absolutely amazing. So the algorithm is a mysterious mistress to us all here, YouTube creators, and every now and again it sort of selects one of us, and boom, that's it. Your views will take off and your channel will take off. So what else are we looking at? Yeah, so watch time hours, 13.9 thousand watch time hours, which is colossal. That's a lot of video. Make a video, 15, 20 minutes long and put 4 or 5 out a month, and people watch 139,000 hours of them. So that's pretty amazing, and kind of what I want to do on YouTube is get people to see what I'm doing and hopefully, find some motivation, and maybe my videos will help as well. And subscribers had a really good month as well. 998 new subscribers. So if you're one of those subscribers, thank you very much for subscribing. And again, I'm going to say thank you to everyone else that's subscribed. 19,200 of you now. So it's really, really cool to, when I go on my YouTube Studio app and I can see the numbers, slowly rising. It's really good. Although every now and again, I go on there and it'll go down. It goes down 1 or 2. So maybe someone subscribed a little while ago and came back to me and thought, I've had enough of this guy, and unsubscribed. So, I'll go and have a consolation cup of tea when that happens. But right, okay, that's it. That's the sort of channel stats. So doing really well, and thanks to all you guys for your support, because without you sort of watching and commenting, it would be pretty pointless me doing it. What I wanted to do now is do like a shout out of the month. And this month, although I know I'm only a small channel, I came across a guy. This is a new YouTube channel that I'm following, and I absolutely adore the work he does. He's a guy called Stuart, and his YouTube channel is called SLB Leadwork. Now, do a lot of roofing, and I've always loved lead work on roofs. And I tell you what, this guy's do the stuff that he does, it's just amazing to me. Like, lead is the roof of kings, man. It just, when you get a nice, even if it's a back gutter, I like it. But the stuff he does is just so gorgeous, and he's just a small channel, and his subscribership's growing. But if you like roofing and you like to see some amazing lead work, check him out, because the stuff he does is really, really cool. So that's who I'm going to shout out. That's my shout out of the month. This month it's Stu at SLB Leadworks. So now we're going to come on to, I want to call this viewers' jobs. So if you fancy, I've got an Instagram account. It is called, it's at The Tall Carpenter UK. And I do get a few people contact me with various, sometimes I've got a little bit of a problem. I say, tell you what, send me a problem, because, a picture speaks 1,000 words. So I do see the odd bit of work, and I do ask people, I think someone had a bastard hip or something, and it looks pretty tricky, and I said, well, send me a picture. So, I know I'm a bit of a geek, and I love my job, obviously, and I do like to see what other people are up to. So I think we're going to go like viewers' job. So if you've got a job that you think is interesting, send me a picture of it over on Instagram, and then maybe on the next month's channel update, I'll show them, and we can talk a little bit about them. So yeah, that's going to be hopefully an exciting feature that we can see some of my other viewers work and how they're getting on. Jobs coming up this month. So if you've been watching my channel, you've seen that I did the 12 hipped roof house. That's coming along nicely. I've done some videos in that as well. The stairs was the stair video I just did was in that one. The first job I'm going to have on that, which is going to be the next week coming. I'm currently filming this. I think it's about the 3rd or 2nd of October. I'm filming this. November, sorry, not October. I'm going to start the kitchen on that next week. Now, I know I've done a few kitchen videos, and they do seem to be very well received. So I think it's quite an interesting one. So I might do some bits and bobs and hopefully not repeat too much of what I've already done. But all kitchens are different, and you know, it may well be interesting to watch some of the details. So I've got that coming up. I've got a few tiny bits of boxing to finish in the bungalow that I did the last kitchen fitting series on, the one that the chimney hood is still not fitted. I've got a few bits and bobs and boxes to do, but I won't be videoing any of that. And I think we're sort of in the run up to Christmas, so it's that whole, you know, can you get it done before Christmas? So I think I've got a bungalow roof to put on, which I think is really, really simple. So hopefully I'll bring that as well, just as maybe a few, I think there's some plastic soffit and fascia details that I haven't shown before, so hopefully I'll get a video on that. So that's coming up, jobs coming up next month. Right, so here we go. This section is going to be called Comment of the Month. So as you know, if you watch my channel and comment, you know, you'll know that I read every single comment and I really do appreciate them all. And you know what, some guys, I know it can be a bit, you can think, well, I don't really know what to say anymore. You know, if you make a nice comment, I really appreciate it. And you might run out of things to say, but I've got some guys, and there's a few names come to mind. I'm not going to name them because I don't want to leave anybody out. But there's quite a few guys who just leave a little emoji, like a thumbs up or a little smiley face. Even that class as a comment, and it's really nice because it lets me know that you're watching, and I really do feel the support. So comments are absolutely brilliant. But even if you just want to leave a little emoji, you know, I'll emoji you back. So the comments are absolutely amazing. So the comment of the month this month, it could be a one or two things. It could be a nice comment or it could be a horrible comment. And this month, it's not a horrible comment, but it's an unnecessary comment. And I am very lucky. I'll just quickly talk about my comments. I am very lucky that I don't get many unnecessary comments at all. I know my channel's only small, and maybe that'll change if it gets bigger. I don't care about negative and unnecessary comments, because if they're unnecessary, they're unnecessary. I just laugh at them or usually pin them to the top. But anyway, this or last month's comment was really short and sweet. It is on my latch fitting video, and you'll see if you go to that, I've pinned it to the top. And it was from a guy called Mick, and it was really short and sweet. It simply said, amateur. So I pinned it to the top and put a smiley face on it. So negative comment of the month goes to Mick for amateur on my latch fitting video. So we're going to talk about top 3 performing videos of last month, and these were the videos that actually performed the best in that monthly period. The top of the list was the kitchen plinth fitting video, which I didn't really know. You know, I don't quite know again how the algorithm picks which ones it's going to show to more people, but that one did really, really well and got 10,200 views, which is pretty good view average for videos on my channel. Next one down was the simple garden gate that I built in time lapse. Again, just kind of stuck the camera up, thought it may be interesting, put a bit of music to it. It wasn't a detailed video. I may well do another one, but it was fairly self-explanatory. That one got 7.3 thousand views, which again for a little video is not too bad. And bizarrely, going back to the guy Mick who made his comment of the month, it was on the fitting how to fit a latch video, and that got 6,000 views a month. Now the reason that's good is because I did that, I mean that was a long time ago, that was over a year ago, so for that is one of my videos that actually consistently performs each month, and to get 6,000 views a month, I mean that's pretty good for a video I did over a year ago. Get 6,000 views every month is really, really cool. So they're my 3 top performing videos of last month. Right, so now to the really exciting part. We're going to go to new tool of the month, right? Everyone knows I get really excited about new tools, and the 2 that I'm going to talk about aren't really tools, but I have bought them, and they're made by a tool manufacturer, so they fall into the category of tool of the month. And I did a small video, which I've now taken down because basically sold out. But I bought a pair of these Bluetooth speakers. I mean, yeah, these have significantly changed. Last month, as a result of buying these tools, things changed in my working environment. So absolutely brilliant. You know, I can't recommend these highly enough. I mean, this Makita one's really, really good, and it connects to another one, so it's true stereo. You can connect up to 10. So if they ever get them on offer again, I might buy a few more. And if I'm doing a big house, I can put one in each room and have like a massive disco party. But yeah, really great bit of kit that, and that is definitely my most exciting tool purchase of last month. And the other one, and I did a little video, and you might have seen it, was just this little pistol suction tool. I did a little video on it for taking off plinths, but yeah, I got disproportionately excited about this for some reason, I don't know. But anyway, they were, both of these were, you know, last month's tools of the month. And while we're talking about last month's tool of the month, what we're going to talk about, what I'm after for next month. Well, I have There's always a little list. I'm sure you guys in the trade have always got a little list in your mind of things you want or tools you're coveting. And straight off the top of my head, I can't think of anything that I want. I mean, there's some things that are on the way out. I did a video on my 10-inch DeWalt table saw, and it's like an old granddad now. I'm still nursing it along, but I don't know for how much longer. So whether or not I'll get one next month, I don't know, because it's their big purchase. They're a lot of money, 700-800 quid. So that's a big purchase for anybody. So, but it's been such a useful bit of kit, and I kind of don't want to get to a position where it's broken and I can't fix it, and then I've got to force to buy one and I can't get the stock and end up with one I don't want. So yeah, we'll see, shall we? When we get to the next month's monthly update, we'll see what I've bought. But no, so maybe a circular saw, but nothing else. It's sort of on the run up to Christmas as well, and we need to think about spending money on other things. And obviously everything's really expensive at the minute, so maybe we're going to have to nurse. Maybe we're all going to have to nurse some of these bits of kit that could really do replacing. We're going to have to nurse them on for a bit longer. So anyway, that's nothing. There's nothing definitive on the list, but we'll keep our eye open for what we're going to buy potentially next month. So talking about tools, I'm going to have tool of the month, and tool of the month this month is it's not an obvious tool, and I'm not going to show you because it's in the back of the van. But I bought a year or two ago. I bought a decent set of fiberglass step ladders, and I've actually found, again, because I've got quite bad knees, when I jump up and down on my hop ups, they're about a foot high. That's quite a big step to be jumping up and down, and especially when you've got arthritic knees like I've got, and I've had actually quite a significant surgery on one of my knees. What I found with these steps is, and I've got to start putting them on the van more, is even if you just want to go up maybe 400 or 500 mil, to go into the top of a kitchen unit to put some plinth on, it's so much easier on your knees. So I was doing a lot of that kind of work last month. I did some work on a soffit and some work in a kitchen. It doesn't seem obvious that you need steps, and of course I'm nearly 6'6", so I don't need steps most of the time. But they're definitely a tool that, all tools are there to make your life easier, and obviously power tools do that in abundance. But also there's other things that you can think, like what makes it easier, and not jumping up 2 foot each time to get up to the top of a kitchen cabinet is going to save wear and tear on your knees, which I do really, really feel. So yeah, my tool of last month, and I think it's probably going to, I won't talk about it every month, but I definitely am feeling a lot of love for my steps, because they're definitely making it easier on my body. So maybe thinking about next month's monthly update, I might do a sort of question and answer. So if you guys have got a question that you think I might be able to answer, you can maybe put that in the comments or send that to me, and I might be able to work my way through a few questions as well. Right, so there's one last section I'm going to do on this monthly update, and I don't know whether it's something that you might find interesting or not, but I'm going to tell you a little story, give you an insight into some of the things that have happened to me over my life. Some are funny and some are not so funny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you right back, I think, to about 1987. And when I was a younger man, obviously 18 years old, I had a little crew of buddies, and we kind of did everything together. We went out, and I think we sort of played rugby together, but as you do back in those days, the pub culture was really big, and then I think Friday nights was pub night and Saturday nights was club night. Now, back in the late 80s, to go night clubbing was a different kettle of fish than it is today. You have to get dressed up, you have to put a suit and a tie on, and you have to be neat and tidy, you have to wear a proper pair of shoes. Now, there was various nightclubs dotted around. If we were going to go out for a really big night out, we'd probably go down to a nightclub down in London, because it was like the big city, and we were from out in the the rural Cambridgeshire. But there was a sort of local city that we used to go to their nightclub. And anyway, we all got dressed up one night, and the biggest issue was transport. We were all driving, but obviously we just had a designated driver. Now, I had a buddy, he had a printing company, and he had a transit van that they used to deliver all their printing in. Now, very kindly, what he would do is it was insured for everyone, so we do a road to who was driving. And anyway, it was my turn to drive, so we drive up to his factory, and I think there's 6 or 7 of us, and we drive up to his factory. And of course, this van only had 2 seats in the front, so we needed some seating in the back. So what we used to do, we used to go to his reception downstairs. In his reception, had these big, lovely, comfy metal framed seats, and we'd chuck all those in the back. So there was 6 of those in the back, no seat belts, not bolted down or anything. then I would get the van, I'd do the rounds, pick all the lads up, and off we'd go to this nightclub. Like, we dressed up like the Drifters, all in our shirts and ties. Anyway, we'd dance the night away and get rejected many, many times by the fairer sex, but it doesn't matter, we had a great time. Anyway, the night had come to an end, 2 o'clock, 2:30, whatever, and we all got in the van and I was driving back. And anyway, we were driving out through this city, and one of my passengers noticed that there was a car full of young girls behind us. Anyway, and they were laughing, and one of my friends was out of the passenger window, you know, waving at them. Anyway, we came to stop at a set of traffic lights, and this car full of girls were behind us. One of my buddies, they opened the back doors, and I'll never forget this as long as I live. He opened the back doors, and there was these girls in this car, and he'd probably get arrested for it nowadays. One of my friends pulled a moonie, and at the exact point he pulled a moonie, the lights went green, and I pulled away. And of course, because his hands were right down by his ankles, holding his trousers down, and he was on the back of the door facing backwards, he fell out head over heels onto the road. I'm surprised he didn't kill himself. Of course, these girls were laughing their head off, and I looked at my wingman, and all I remember, I'll never forget it, was him running up the road trying to pull his trousers up, and everyone in the back was laughing their heads off. And he dived in, it was like something out of the A-Team, he dived in the van and we shut the doors and we laughed all the way back. So yeah, I'll never forget that as long as I live. It was one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen. And back then we were much freer than kids are nowadays, because I suspect someone would have videoed it, it would have been all over the internet forever. But yeah, so that's my little story. I hope you found it amusing, and it certainly puts a smile on my face when I think about the things that we used to get up to when we were younger, and luckily we managed to get away with most of it. So that's it. I think we'll call that. Again, little monthly feature I'm thinking about doing. Let me know in the comments what you think. I think I'm going to call it something like the Tall Carpenter Monthly and put a date on it. Maybe just a bit of fun, but it gives you guys an idea of how the channel's doing and what you guys are saying to me and the feedback I'm getting. We'll keep some of those titles in, like, comment of the month and tool of the month, and because I think they're quite interesting. And as I said at the beginning of the video, and it's the only time you're going to hear me say it, will be in these little monthly updates. If you do enjoy my videos or find them interesting, it'd be really great if you left a comment and if you hit that little thumbs up, because it does help. And obviously if you want to subscribe, that'd be great as well. So as I always say at the end of my videos, I hope you found it interesting, and thanks for watching.